Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be sitting down and breaking down my mom's bathroom makeover. I did a video like this back when I finished my in-laws closet makeover, and I had so much fun making that video. I didn't realize how nice it is to take some time to reflect on what you learned from a project and also talk about like what went well, because you know, not everything's dramatic and things do turn out in the end. And also doing videos like this helps me add additional information or additional context as to like why things went the way they did. And yeah, it's just my opportunity to really lay it all out there. And speaking of laying it all out there, after I talk about the pros and cons of the project, I'm also going to be going through a cost breakdown of the project and what this project actually costs to do. So with all of that being said, let's jump into it and let's analyze this project. Okay, I think in my last analysis video, I started with the pros and ended with the cons, if I remember correctly. So this time around, I'm gonna start with the cons and end with the pros. Switching it up on you guys, you know? Gotta keep it funky and fresh up in here. Anyway, so for my cons list, I don't even really want to call it a cons list because there weren't really any cons to this project. There were learning experiences. Yes, learning experiences. So the first learning experience was that I should have realized that that 25-inch vanity wasn't gonna work well before I realized it wasn't gonna work. When I was designing out the space, I of course was here, I had my mom's measurements, I had pictures of the bathroom, and I don't know, maybe I should have just drawn like a line straight down from the sink to realize a 25-inch pedestal sink is really different than a 25-inch vanity. And I get it, I wasn't in the space, but I also should have realized it when I got to Wisconsin and got in the space and looked at the sink. But I think I was honestly just like in straight up denial that the sink wasn't gonna work because I really wanted that marble top that the vanity had. But I will say, I really wanted the vanity to work out before I got the vanity in the space. Once I got it moved in there, I really hated the color of the vanity and thought it was way too dark. So in the end, it didn't work out. I didn't get my classy marble top, and I'm glad it didn't work out because the color was all wrong. Just all wrong. So I definitely think the learning experience here was don't be in denial. If something's not gonna work out, you wanna find out sooner rather than later so that you can come up with a game plan sooner rather than later. Second up, I don't want to harp on the whole vanity situation, but I'm gonna harp on the vanity situation because of course it was the biggest hurdle I had to overcome with this project. The second thing up is I shouldn't have wasted my time with that second vanity. I kind of knew what the quality of the vanity was gonna be before it even arrived because it was, I think, just over $200. So I had a feeling it was gonna be really cheap, which is sad that you can still spend $200 something and get something that cheap. Like, that's sad. The quality of things has really gone downhill, guys. And when the first vanity didn't work out, I actually talked myself out of building a vanity. And it's not because I doubted like my building skills, it was because I don't know a ton about plumbing. And so I wasn't sure if I could build something that was gonna work with plumbing and actually have like a working sink. But what gave me the confidence to go ahead and build the darn thing was, first of all, seeing that second vanity and realizing, hey, if this piece of crap can work with plumbing, I can definitely build something that will work. And the other thing was when the second vanity arrived, I went and returned it, and then I went and I walked around my favorite happy place, which is Menards. And I looked at their other vanities and I analyzed how they were put together and realized, hey, I can build this. So I guess like the learning experience in the whole like second vanity situation was, don't doubt your abilities, you can figure it out, and you can do it. That's my motivation for you guys for the day. And these last two things that are on the learning experiences list are things that I covered in the project videos, but I just want to bring these back up for additional information. And also, I think that there are really good lessons in both of these examples. The first thing up is that faux drawer. Obviously, I covered that I used pocket holes, I split the wood, and had to redo it. But how I came up with that hole using plywood and glue and brad nails was, when I originally split the wood, I went and I looked at my mom's vanities, and both of them have faux drawer fronts. And I opened up the cabinets and I looked at how they were put together, and those other faux drawer fronts are held together with glue and brad nails and an extra piece of wood. So that is how I came up with that whole plan. So my advice is, if you want to learn how to build something, go and look at something that's already built. And the final thing that I want to talk about is the door. So obviously you guys know I built a second door using hidden hinges, but what you don't know is that that was my original plan. I ordered those hidden hinges, but I got impatient because the hidden hinges weren't gonna arrive when I wanted them to arrive. So I got impatient and I went and got barrel hinges and just went ahead and built the door. In the end, I didn't like the way the barrel hinges looked. I rushed through building the door. It obviously didn't have that nice of a fit, and I ended up having to go and spend more money to build a new door. This is what you get, Mom, when you hire amateurs. I'm just joking, but the reason I am bringing this up is because when you are impatient in a project and you rush through things just to get it done, it usually costs you money. So the lesson in all of this is, don't be impatient, because impatience can cost you. And in this case, it was only $22, but in other projects, it could be thousands of dollars. So now let's talk about what went well. Yay! The good stuff. I know I said this in my last analysis video, but I think the overall just design of the bathroom, I'm really proud of it. I really am happy that I went with shiplap and not beadboard, which was on my mom's original want list. I'm glad I talked her into the shiplap, because looking back, the beadboard would have definitely been way too much, way too chaotic, but the shiplap gives a similar look, but it's just a little bit more spread out and it's just a little bit nicer for that small space. So yeah, just the overall design. I like all the colors, I like the feel, I like the mood. Good stuff. And the second thing, I'm only bringing this up because I feel like it didn't get the moment it deserves in the project video, and that is the light. I kind of breezed past the light because I needed to get to the whole vanity situation, but the light didn't get the moment it deserved. It is truly a beautiful light, and it looks really nice in the video, but it's even nicer in person. That iridescent shell look really comes through, and it's gorgeous. I love that light so much that I'm probably going to get it for my house and put it somewhere. Don't even know where. Ooh, the hallway. Again, harping on this, but sorry, not sorry. The vanity in the end was a win, and I think somebody commented on the video, who needs Pottery Barn? And I agree, who needs them? I don't, I can build my own. And the final thing that I'm really glad I ended up switching was my original plan of just doing artwork over the toilet. I'm really glad I switched to the floating shelves. It allowed me to have a place to add a little bit more vintage touches to the bathroom and just add a little bit more pizzazz. Sure, we'll go with pizzazz. Yeah, pizzazz to the bathroom. I feel like just having some plain artwork would have been a little lackluster, so I'm glad that I added those floating shelves. And that, I think, is everything on the pros and cons list. So now let's get to the cost breakdown. I have my computer up just so that I have all of these numbers correct. And I kind of broke this project down into different categories. So the first category up is the walls. Now this includes the shiplap, the trim, the paint supplies, joint compound, sandpaper, caulk, adhesive. So all of those supplies add up to $373.42. So right off the bat, I think that's like a decent chunk of change on just the walls. So next up is the vanity, and I'm actually curious to see if I spent more money on this vanity or less money on this vanity than you thought. So the total for the vanity is $544.87. Now this is including the sink and the faucet. This is including everything I used to get the vanity to look the way it does. And I will say I could have maybe saved a little bit of money if I would have downgraded the quality of wood that I used. I made this whole thing basically out of maple. The plywood was maple, all of the trim was maple, the vanity top was red oak, which is again still a more expensive wood. So I personally think the $500 was well worth it, and that is just under what I spent on the first vanity, so it was still within her budget. So this next category up I just have as other big purchases. So this includes the toilet, the light, and the mirror. And so all of those add up to $560.99. And then the fourth category up, I'm not really sure why I have this as its own category, but I do. And that is the floating shelves. So the shelves include the brackets and the wood. So that only comes up to like $35. The brackets were $30 for the pack of 4. And then the wood, I just actually found a bin in the back of Menards that was scrap wood. And so the pieces that I got added up to be $5 even. And the fifth and final category is the decorative knickknacks. This is, you know, the towel holder, the towels, rugs, soap dispensers, all of the extra little stuffs that add that pizzazz to this bathroom. I guess I really like the word pizzazz today because I keep saying it. So that total was $175.11. So when you take these 5 categories and you add them up, it brings the total to $1,689.84, which is kind of like just over what I thought I was gonna spend on this bathroom. And I really like what my mom said when I finished the bathroom. She said, you know what, this bathroom is good for another 30 years. So $1,700 later, it is new, looking fresh, and it's probably not gonna get changed for the rest of my life. And that's it, guys. I'm actually really curious to see what you guys have to say about the cost breakdown. Was this project more or less than what you thought? Really curious. So I hope you guys liked this video. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.